And at this time, I have to say first that as we saw the videos and we heard all the presenters and the priests, and for all of us celebrating this 100-year anniversary, for me, and I'm sure for all of you, we have been led by a spiritual leader who has been with us from the 1986 with the Thanixia, with the burning of the mortgage, with the consecration of the church, and tonight for our 100-year celebration, leading and guiding this parish as many other parishes in New England. And it is with sincere humility and love that it gives me a pleasure to introduce our spiritual leader, Metropolitan Methodios of Boston.
Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster and Chairman of the 100th anniversary, Father Anthony, Father John, Kyrie Brockton, Kyrie Kukutsi, Nick Babanikas, President of the Parish Council, and my brothers and sisters in Christ. The first thing I want to do is to ask you to turn and look at those kids. I wanted them to dance before I got up to speak because for me, the 100th anniversary are those children. The 100th anniversary belongs to them. The future belongs to them. And your efforts must always be centered on the spiritual and intellectual development of your youth, your children, and your grandchildren. So even before they dance, can you give them a round of applause? I want to thank Nick Babanikas for his very inspiring message, as well as everyone that came to the podium. Mrs. Kukutsi, and of course my beloved brother priests, Father Anthony and Father John. This is a beautiful evening for me because it brings back many memories. As I looked at the screen in front of me and saw many, many beautiful faces that I first met even before 1984 when I came for the groundbreaking. I'll tell you a not very interesting story to you, but I came when Archbishop Yakovos came for a pastoral visitation. I escorted him. I was still a student at the seminary. And that morning I got up and I prepared myself and I was shaving. And wouldn't you know it, I cut my lip to the point where I couldn't stop the bleeding, believe it or not. And I went downstairs to the hotel manager, and they called the hospital, and they said, don't panic, put a piece of brown paper on your lip. Sure enough, it worked. Is there a doctor in the house that can tell us why that worked? But it did. So I gave my blood for this parish, I want you to know. 1984 was my first groundbreaking for any community in New England. And I knew then that I celebrated the groundbreaking of not only a new church, but groundbreaking of a parish that had many beautiful years ahead of it. God has blessed us with many gifts. Two of those gifts is the gift of memory and the gift of vision. And we all cherish the gift of memory, and many of us have family members that have lost their memory and suffer from dementia or from Alzheimer's disease, and we know how much they suffer and how much we suffer seeing them suffering. But tonight we use that gift of memory to look back on 100 years. And we saw our grandparents, we saw our parents, we saw our former priests, bishops. We looked back and we took pride in the achievements of the community, and we applauded all of those wonderful events that have brought us to today. But we can't remain on looking at the past and congratulating ourselves on what has been accomplished, and you've accomplished much. We have to dream of the future. We have to look ahead. What is this community going to be 100 years from now? What are we going to give our children and grandchildren? Ποια είναι αυτή η παρακαταθήκη που θα παραδώσουμε στα παιδιά μας αύριο? Καλά ήταν τα πρώτα 100 χρόνια. Ευχαριστήσαμε τους ιερείς, τους καλούς ιερείς οι οποίοι είναι εδώ και τους ιερείς οι οποίοι υπηρέτησαν προτού τον πατέρα Ιωάννη και τον πατέρα Αντώνιο. Ευχαριστήσαμε όλους τους προέδρους, τις κυρίες της Φιλοπτώχου, τις χοροδίες, τα παιδιά. Αλλά καθήκον μας απόψε δεν είναι να κοιτάζουμε πίσω και να λέμε μπράβο μας, κοιτάξτε που φτάσαμε, τι ωραία εκκλησία χτίσαμε, αλλά πρέπει να κοιτάζουμε μπροστά. Τι θα παραδώσουμε στις νέες γενναίες. Τι παράδειγμα δίδουμε στα παιδιά μας. Πώς θα κρατήσουμε τα παιδιά μας μέλη της ελληνικής Ορθοδόξου Εκκλησίας. Πολλοί πιστεύουν ότι τα παιδιά μας τα χάνουμε όταν πηγαίνουν στα κολέγια ή όταν παντρεύονται, ιδιαίτερα όταν παντρεύονται ξένους. Τι θα πει ξένος? Όλοι είμαστε παιδιά του Θεού, δεν υπάρχουν ξένοι. Αλλά δεν τα χάνουμε τα παιδιά μας όταν γίνουν 20 και 25 ετών, τα χάνουμε όταν είναι 13. Δεν το λέω εγώ. Τα λέγουν, αυτό που σας λέω είναι αλήθεια. Υπάρχουν μελέτες, τις οποίες διαβάζουμε εμείς, οι οποίοι είμαστε υπεύθυνοι για τις κοινότητες, τα χάνουμε τα παιδιά μας στα 13 και 14. Και ξέρετε γιατί τα χάνουμε? Τα χάνουμε διότι δεν υπάρχει θρησκεία στο σπίτι. Καθόμεθα ότι είμαστε Έλληνες Ορθόδοξοι και έχουμε τη σωστή πίστη, αλλά τη ζούμε στα σπίτια μας. Do we live our faith in our homes? And because we don't live our faith in our homes, we lose our children. We don't lose them when they go away for college and when they get married. We lose them while they're 13 and 14 because they don't live the faith that they learn in churches. This is not going to be the case, I'm sure, here in Brockton, because I stand and look out among people that love God, that love their church, that sacrifice for their children, and hopefully will continue passing on their faith and culture to the younger generations. We have much to be proud of, but we have a lot of work to do for the future. The past is meaningless unless we are committed to the future. So God bless you all, and may the Virgin Mary continue to intercede to her Son and Savior, that salvation be His gift to us. I want to thank, before I sit down, the wonderful people that are here today, the public servants of our state, the mayor who had to leave early, Michael Brady and Claire Cronin, and the other public servants that are here from Massachusetts. You honor us by being here, and we thank you for the sterling leadership you provide every citizen of this Commonwealth. God bless you all.